What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have a 1999 Robert Pressley number 77 Jasper Ford Taurus from Racing Champions in the studio. A blast from the past. Let's go ahead and check out this diecast. Alright, folks, here we go with today's diecast review. Check how awesome the freaking packaging is on this thing. You got like the gold Sharpie driver name right there. You got the photo of the driver. You have the car on pit road, or maybe in the garage area. Who knows? Then you have the diecast in this little plastic clamshell, not clamshell, but a little bubble, and it's in a resealable box, so it's double protected. It's one of the most protected diecast I've ever seen in 1/64 scale, to be honest with you. Double protection, so if the outside layer fails, it has another box inside to protect it. Insane stuff. Here's a look at the back panel of it. There's not really much there, but you could check it out if you'd like. And it is a pretty interesting paint scheme. I looked around to see if it was accurate to the 1999 one. I think, you know, obviously the door number is significantly larger on the real car compared to the diecast form. But his 1998, 1999 cars are pretty darn similar. I do think this is the 1999. If it's wrong, forgive me. Oh, by the way, check out that Kmart tag, man. That's crazy. I'm going to go ahead and carefully open up this diecast. I'll be right back. Alright, folks, diecast box out of the card back, and check out this piece. So I did a couple of diecast reviews on these Racing Champions Signature Driver Series line, and usually the insert plastic that's holding the hood and the tail end of the car usually is yellow. This one looks brand new. I mean, literally looks like it came out of the factory yesterday. And also, the plastic dome here, fantastic shape. Usually these are yellowed a lot of the time, so that's always great. So this is a very well preserved NASCAR diecast. Love the packaging as well, because not only does the card back have detail, but the ARC style box even has freaking detail. I mean, you got logos here, 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 and just everywhere. The back panel to it is plain, but you don't see that, right? If this was just a normal 1/64 release, they would do, you know, some artwork. But, you know, if you're storing this on your shelf, you know, you're only going to see that angle of it. So it does kind of make sense. And yes, it's even taped. I'm telling you, you know, Racing Champions, they've made a lot of questionable decisions in their time with the NASCAR diecast universe, but to even tape the boxes as well, that just shows you the level of protection they're giving their diecast here. So I'm going to go ahead and carefully open up the car, and we'll finally be able to get a closer look. All right, folks, here we go with today's diecast review. We have the Jasper Ford Taurus in hand, and yes, these are real rubber tires. Apparently, it does say on the card back over there, but yeah, real rubber tires. You have a hood open diecast, and brand new in the packaging. And if you're curious, this is a overproduced car, so no harm on that. There's plenty of these floating around, still mint in the packaging. Jasper engines, transmissions, there got Federal Mogul, I don't know. Dynagear? I have no idea what some of these sponsors are. Like, obviously I recognize Jasper, but I don't know about the other ones. You have the engine bay here. Also, check out the wavy Ford Taurus hood. That is pretty interesting. No wonder they were so good at super speedway racing, because they got a wavy hood. Anyways, let me go ahead and get my light in here. And you can see the engine bay does have some detail. You know, it's not an extreme amount. It's no Team Caliber 1/64 Elite or something, or Revell, or whatever one made those in the early 2000s, and they were like ridiculously detailed. But you look at this, you have a really good amount of detail for what is still considered a economy diecast. I mean, for crying out loud, the price tag said $349 for this car, so that's really, really a competitive value for a collector, especially if you're one who likes to collect a lot of cars. For the front of the diecast, you can see you have 4 grill inlets at the bottom. Then you have that traditional blue oval style Ford grill, which it's kind of funny how the oval grill is the same shape as the Ford logo. I never recognized that until now. That's actually pretty clever on Ford. Jasper Motorsports right there, Plastalock Union 76, and you have the number 77 there. You know, when I think of the Jasper car, I always think of Dave Blaney, right? 2003, bright yellow, 77 car, but this is a completely different livery to it, and it reminds me kind of an open wheel paint scheme. I'm not sure which one it is, but I feel like this has been on an Indy car or it's close to an Indy car paint scheme. This would make a great Darlington throwback if it hasn't already been ran. We know the Blaney 03 throwback has been ran in 2018 with his son, but this is a really nice little paint scheme. Got the number 77 there. Unfortunately, the white decal is a little bit transparent, so the background you could see through, right? So that's kind of unfortunate. If the ink was a little bit brighter, you wouldn't be able to see that. This is a product of having double layer decals. When you manually put the 77 on top of another decal, anything underneath it's going to be shown through. These are not all one coherent piece. Got Jasper engines, Federal Mughal. You got AS something. I don't know. Got We Care. Got Kendall. I don't know where any of these sponsors are. I see Lincoln Welders, but there's a lot of unique sponsors I don't think are in the sport anymore. NASCAR, Race Car, 3M, Goodies, and Gatorade. About like 90% of the contingency panel is missing. Like this is crazy. This looks like a 2020s era stock car with how few contingencies here. And the thing is, what's funny is they're staggered out like there's supposed to be more. So did they verbatim use the 1998 template and just pull a bunch of them, or I don't know. That's kind of interesting. You got Goodyear right there. You got Robert Pressley, which by far is the largest name rail decal I have ever seen. It's going all the way over here behind the B post. You have Autolite, Ford, Racing Electronics, and then something else there. You have kind of a blue background, which has a touch of purple to it. It has a touch of purple to the blue. It's pretty similar to the Square D blue that you saw on Kenny Wallace and on Bobby Hamilton's car in the early 2000s. It's a very nice shade of blue. Then you have the yellow and orange with a little bit of bright red kind of stripe, or kind of an oval crest around the car. Go to the back panel of the Diecast. I mean, look, what is this? A funny car? Is it the NHRA? I mean, look at the tires. Wow. That is not realistic. I mean, you have pretty much, it looks like a rear diffuser on a next-gen cup car, right? And then it looks like the whole car is like jacked up like this, right? The way those tires are staggered out, I mean, it looks good for, a dragway, if you're trying to, go do some NHRA racing, but that does not look like a stock car. That cannot be too aerodynamic, man. Got the number 77 there, Jasper. You got some other sponsors as well. No taillight decals. I don't know why. Taillights are kind of funny. I mean, look at the stagger of the car, though. Look how close the front wheels are to the engine bay. I mean, this thing literally looks like it's ready for the strip, man. Like this thing is built. It is a hot rod. Go to the right side of the diecast again. The number 77 should be a little bit larger, if it was compared to the real car. So that's kind of a bummer there. Go to the top of the diecast, and you have, the number 77. Once again, you have the glossy brand new windows, which has window print, so that's really nice. I did notice a few decal cracks, unfortunately. So, this is going to happen to a lot of diecast as they age. You can see right here, that little stripe where my finger is pointing. There's a few random lines. That's decal cracking. And you can see a little bit right here on the first 7. There's a little bit in the middle. So, it's minimal. Give it some time. It'll probably grow, unfortunately. So, that's a shame. One thing I do notice is that, again, you have the transparent background almost. Like if 100% opacity is the maximum you can have for a decal with ink, these are probably closer to 95%. So when you have 95% opacity, anything underneath it, such as yellow, red, green, anything bright, it's going to show up. And that's what you have right here, where we can see the bottom line and the top line. Little things like that do bug me, I'm going to be honest with you. But you know what? It's more of an economy line diecast. I'm okay with it. They have Federal Mughal or whatever the biff it is on the deck lid. So this was the same team that Dave Blaney drove for, and they I don't know what year it was. Was it year 2000 they changed from the blue to the yellow, or was it 2001? Because Blaney came over in 2002, I think. I don't remember it all. There's a lot of changing of the paint schemes and all that good jazz. But what a cool looking paint scheme. I like it. It's simple. I mean, literally, it's a freaking circle with blue. I like it. It looks pretty cool. What do y'all think? Make sure to comment down below. And the hood does open pretty easily on this. Oh yeah, I forgot the bottom panel of the car. It does have a little signature thing there. It would have been nice if they would have featured a DIN number. They have done this before on other Racing Champions diecast. I wish they would have done that. I'm a huge fan of production numbers. Like, I don't personally collect, you know, like DIN number stuff, but what I find so fascinating is a diecast and it says it's number 500 out of 700 produced, right? Or it's number 5,000 out of 10,000 produced. I don't know why, but it tells the story of when that car was made, right? So if they had 10,000 of a production run and it was mid-pack, it kind of tells you where it is. And if it's the first one or the last one, it could tell you the reasoning why maybe the quality's lower. If they only had a few more to do, they're probably not really worried about quality. They're just like, hurry up, get it done so we can change the production line, because they have to set it up per car and all kinds of stuff. If it's the first couple ones, if there's anything off on their machines, their configuration, their paint mixture, that could be a reason why. So it kind of gives you a glimpse at when it was in the factory and why some of the errors might have happened. Things like that I find really fascinating, and I understand most people don't care, and that's okay. So anyways, these little driver signature series from Racing Champions, an incredible amount of value you get. You get a hood open diecast metal body, diecast chassis. You get a reclosable box, which, I mean, it's just beautiful, right? And then you get a highly detailed card back piece for $349 in the late 90s. I mean, that's just remarkable value for a diecast collector. Yes, the metal is not the highest grade. Yes, it's already showing decal cracking and wear. But if you're a fan of NASCAR in the 1990s, you're a young fan or an older fan, it doesn't matter. You're able to get a ton of diecasts for a lower price, and that is great. This is back when, I mean, personally, I would have wanted to have more of the Hot Wheels or Winter Circle diecast and probably a little bit less of the Racing Champions ones, but that's probably me just speaking because, you know, I'm an older fan. If I was a kid, I was like, I want a whole field of cars, you know? So, I love that. I love that Racing Champions, their strength is value to the consumer. That's how it was in their production years. And, you know, Action Winter Circle, quality, in my opinion. Hot Wheels, quality. The price was a little bit more, but just really cool stuff. I love going back in time and checking out these older diecasts. It really just shows you like all the different teams and the sponsors and everything that just came and gone in the sport. Really fascinating. Thank y'all for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And for all your diecast shopping needs, make sure to head over to Circle B Diecast. Use promo code Diecastbuffet for all your new diecasts. Hey, and they even have older ones as well. Tap in, see what they have available. That's all for now. Diecastbuffet, signing off.